beautiful people. Welcome to the podcast where we ditch the perfect life hustle and embrace the chaos of being human. If you're tired of millionaire at 15 expectation and manifesting wealth from 3 different income streams while levitating on the Himalaya, you are in the right place. Yes, you are, my dear. Let me use my deep voice. Here we heal, we blossom, here we flourish with laughter, real talk, and stories that remind us that we're all just figuring it out one beautifully messy step at a time. Okay guys, the path of least resistance for me right now is to record this podcast as I'm cooking. So yeah, as I was cooking, I just kind of channeled this download, which is there's no, wait a minute, making myself some delicious pasta. Yeah, the download that came to me right now is there's no such a thing as too much vulnerability, and it is your job as a human being to scan for the people that are receptive to that vulnerability. So you can be as vulnerable as you want, but if you're vulnerable with the wrong people, it's never going to be beneficial for you. It's never going to be beneficial for you. Why? Because they might take advantage of that vulnerability instead of using that as a way to uplift you. Showing up for oneself in my feelings. This is who I am with strength. I'm not trying to hide. I'm not trying to be anything else. This is me. That's vulnerability. But in that vulnerability, there's also strength. And also, it's your job as a human being to scan your environment for people that are receptive to that vulnerability. Translation. I'm taking an example because I was thinking about this in the dating arena. It is not your job to appeal to others. That's going to be natural. If you take care of yourself, no matter if you have a huge mole on your forehead, if you take care of yourself, if you're healthy, someone's going to find you appealing, okay? When you go out there, I'm taking an example of the dating arena, but it can also be when, trying for different types of friends. Let it look like an addition. At least to you, let it feel like an addition. There's no such a thing. I'm repeating it because I love this phrase that I just received right now from I don't know where. It was nice. There is no such a thing as too much vulnerability. Vulnerability is owning. This is who I am, whether you like it or not. I'm not trying to get anything from you. But I'm open and I'm showing up the way that I am. I think that's vulnerability for me. And that's why I think there's strength in vulnerability. That doesn't mean that if sometimes you're just sad and you just want pity. Sometimes it's just that simple. I've been through, something, and I just want to talk and vent. And I want you to take liking in me in that present moment and kind of listen to me and tell me that I'm right and that person's a bitch. Sometimes I just need that, okay? We all do. Sometimes I just need to vent. And that's absolutely normal. But that's not what vulnerability is. Vulnerability is owning who you are. Even in this instance where, you're going through something and you're just I'm going through this and I hate it. But I'm going to be fine because this, and the other. Still, it stings and it hurts and I hate it. Something happened to you, you're sad, you're not dismissing your negative feelings, but still you are owning them in a way where they don't destroy your life. They might destroy your 5 minutes, your day, but not your life, not your next 6 months. Scanning for people that are receptive to that vulnerability in the dating world is crucial to understanding what is for you and what isn't. And it's the quickest, fastest way to get the people that are not for you out of the conversation. Same when you're scanning for friends, same when you're scanning for jobs, same when you're scanning even for the puppy to adopt. It's your job as a human being to scan the world, your environment, and the world at large for people that are receptive to that vulnerability. It's not always going to be perfect, but that's your primary job. If you're like me and you come from a dysfunctional family, growing up in a dysfunctional family might make it be hard to have that as a priority in your life because your parents did not take your vulnerability seriously, so to speak. So now you don't know how to scan for people that are receptive to your vulnerability when you go out there in the world. That's why it's so important to feel it in your body. Even if you don't know it right away, your body will tell you when someone makes you feel uncomfortable, when someone says it be too much, and it's just too much for you. That joke, you said it once, it was fun. The second time, I'm gone. You know. Or if you have to work with the person and you have to see that person every day, and of course, addressing the topic and be like, oh, I'm sure you're really, really funny, but right now, I don't think this joke is something that I can laugh at. So I kind of want to kindly ask you to not make it anymore, because for me, it's not funny. And if you have to get deep in this and be like, it's really not. It reminds me of my traumas, and it reminds me of very, very bad things that happened in my life. So when you say it, for me, it's not pleasant and it's just not funny, So please, in my presence, can you make an effort to just leave this joke out of the conversation? State it. You don't have to be rude if you want to. It's your call, but I don't think it's necessary to always be rude when you're stating your boundaries and your needs. See? But now you scanned your body. You show up knowing who you are, knowing how you're feeling, knowing what you need. I don't need you to stop talking altogether. I just need you to leave that very bad racist joke or whatever weird type of joke that person's got in their mouth. It can be as light as a joke, but if you don't like it and you feel like it makes you feel a certain way, you gotta address it. Feel it in your body. Your body will tell you, even if you don't know how to put a finger on it, because maybe your family was not receptive to your vulnerabilities and to your desires, so you grew up thinking that they're not important. Your body will always tell you, so trust your body. And going back to the dating arena, scanning, it's important. Learn how to scan and then keep doing it. It's not something that you learn overnight. You gotta practice it. The more you do it and the more you will get good at it. Scan for people that are receptive to your vulnerability, which means for people that are receptive to you being yourself. When you are yourself and you're showing up with your wounds and with your strengths and with your talents, with your passions, but also with your lacks and your downfalls, and someone's like, you're cool. That's the person that's receptive to your vulnerabilities. Some people will be around you because it's convenient for them to be around you, but you'll never hear from them. You'll never hear it come out of their mouth, what you're doing is very cool, or I admire what you do, or wow, you shock me, or this is so beautiful, wow. You'll never hear that. Why? These are not people that are receptive to your vulnerability. These are people that are there because it's convenient. Scanning is not about finding. It's not about going around like with the torch and trying to look at people's eyeballs. Yeah. You're receptive. I see your pupil dilating. It's not about that. Scanning is about you sit there quietly. You breathe through it. And now you look around. Who's there? Why are they there? What are they doing? How do they make me feel? Who do I like? Who do I don't like? Who's got gray hair today that I can copy? Who's got a great outfit that can inspire my next outfit, Scan, look at people around you. Scan. Not from a fight or fly mode, oh my God. But from Breathe it out. Calm your body down. Your nervous system needs you to calm it down and then scan around you. If you're on a dating app, same. Breathe, scan. Bob, you cute, but you're talking about yourself a big lot. Goodbye. Peter, you cute, but I can get this conversation going. Goodbye. Sam, we talk a lot. We got a lot of things to say to each other. We joke a lot. There's a lot of banter. I like you, but when are you going to ask me out? Say it. It's very nice to talk to you, but I'd like to actually see you in person. Do you see that being possible? Or would you prefer like other things? Like keep talking? Because if that's what you prefer, I have to say maybe we should stop talking here because I'm not about this life. If you don't want to make it that long, what's the name of the guy again? Talking to Sam. Sam is very nice. It feels very good talking to you. You're so funny. But I feel like sometimes I'd like to actually see you outside of a dating app. Because for what it's worth, it could be AI. Put a joke in there, whatever. But now you scan your body. You're like, oh, this is how I feel. And you scan people around you without having to go and put the action. So, Sam, I love talking to you. Would you like to just go out and talk? Buy a cup of coffee? Or can we do a walk on the beach? Like, you don't have to go and organize the thing. You just state what you feel. And then the other person will meet you where you are or not. You know? But don't be afraid of saying what you want, saying what you need, because that's the best way to get people that are not for you out of your life. Sometimes they won't even be completely out of your life, but they will be out of your everyday entourage, and that's good. And that's very good, right? Out of your everyday routines, that's good. I feel like Martha Stewart. Have you seen the documentary? She kept saying, and that's a good thing, and that's a good thing. And for a while, I was obsessed with this because of the way she said it. God. Anyways, yeah. So scanning for people that are receptive to who you are. Like there you are, cracking up a very weird joke. If you gotta run now. This is how I joke. So someone that is attuned and receptive to you is gonna come in with the joke of your joke. It's gonna joke on the joke that you made, no matter how bad. It's gonna come up with something. It's gonna follow, the thrill of the moment, and you feel it. You feel that, oh, I can trust this person. And at a certain point, we all know the dynamics. You trust someone and then they break your trust because they do something that you didn't expect or whatever. Don't sit there. Please don't do that. Don't sit there and ask yourself, oh my God, why have they done this to me? No. Scan your body. Oh, I trusted this person. Now they did this and this and the other to me. I don't like it. I don't feel good around it. My body feels weird. I have this feeling of fear coming. They might do it again and all. Let me just talk to them. Sebastian, can you come here for a second? Can we talk over a cup of coffee? I really need to talk to you. Plain and simple. Get that coffee. Sit down. Don't start attacking Sebastian. Maybe you didn't realize it. Give him the benefit of the doubt. If it's someone you trusted before. But sit him down and state it. Okay, Sebastian, I see that lately you've been doing this, and the other, and it has been triggering me a little bit because I really don't like people that do these kind of things. It made me feel this, and the other. And then sit down, silence, let him explain, let him complain, let him explain. Oh, well, I didn't realize, blah, 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 let him explain. And listen, close your little mouth, listen. Listen to what Sebastian's got to say. And now, once Sebastian has said what he needed to say, instead of saying, okay, it's fine, as he's talking, listen and scan your body. That's multitasking here I'm asking you to perform, but it's important that you learn how to, check in with yourself as something is happening as well. Because I used to be one of those people that in the moment I freeze, I get confused, I get blurry, and I run away. And when I'm home alone or when I've talked to a close person about the thing and I've kind of examined it a little bit, that's when I can come up with solutions. That's what I can come up with. This is how I feel. But in the moment, I freeze because, of course, as I said, like dysfunctional families, they just regulate you on a bunch of, aspects. But it's important to take your power back, own your power back. So as Sebastian is explaining, listen to him and then scan your body. I get it. Scan your body. Let him finish his piece. Scan your body. How do I feel about what he said? Is there still a little bit of mistrust? Because I feel like he's not being honest. Okay, Sebastian, thank you so much for letting me know that you feel all of these things. But I still can't feel like I can trust you altogether. So we will have to keep this whatever time. I can't trust you again after doing this. So I will need to just withdraw a little bit. That's it. Have you insulted the guy? No. Have you created a scene? No. But now you have scanned yourself and you know. If Sebastian has said something that really, really feels so good to hear, and your body will tell you, this is another thing, please trust your body because your body knows. You won't know it in your brain, but your body will know when someone's being honest, because there are some subtle hormonal kind of like body language signs that we consciously cannot pick up on, but our bodies on an unconscious level can pick up on. So when someone's lying to you, usually you know. If they did something and they're like, oh well, I didn't sit there, stare at them, listen to them, and scan your body. How does this feel? Maybe they're saying the truth, but their truth is not what you wanted to hear. Their truth is not something that you like. Then you can also say, thank you for your truth. I appreciate you being honest. I appreciate your truth. Nevertheless, right now, I cannot trust you. I don't feel like we're aligned on the same things. I don't feel like we can continue on this. If Sebastian really cares about you, and that was a moment of slipping, he slipped away, and now he's like, oh my God, what did I do? You're going to see Sebastian working so hard to gain your trust back. But you got to let Sebastian work for that trust. And you got to scan your body. And until that trust is healed, Sebastian has no access to your life. I'm sorry, let him work for it. So that was another mistake that I made back in the days when I was dating the guy I broke up with. We were dating, we're not a long-term partners or anything like that. And it got to a point where I was like, I scanned my body and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry, I can't. And he begged me, oh, please don't leave me. He cried and all. And I was like, oh, he crying? Okay. This might be serious. I took him back in. That was a mistake. I should have let him work to gain my trust back. I didn't do that. I trusted his words. The action never came. So that's why it's so important to scan your body as you are in situations also. When you leave the situation, always check in within yourself. Your body will give you guidance onto where to go. Your emotions will give you guidance onto how to tackle the next step. I felt like sharing this because it's so important. Even for me, it's so important to remind myself that my body knows better, and that when I'm going into the dating arena, is not to fight, is not with all of my weapons ready to hit, is rather with myself and my strength, knowing that we're not here to fight, we're here to discover each other out. And there's no discovery if I'm not able to voice the things that I don't like, and if you're not able to voice the things that you don't like while dating. And most importantly, if I don't scan, if you are tuned to me, because maybe we talk a lot, we get along, but the moment I am completely myself and I do maybe something crazy, you look at me like, oh, what is this weirdo? That's plain and simple. It means that you are not you're not receptive to my vulnerability. I'm being vulnerable right now. I'm making a very ugly joke, or I'm just being a bit cray-cray because, I'm just releasing the stress from the weekend. It's the weekend, I'm jumping around like a crazy person. And you sit there looking at me like, oh my God, what's this weirdo? Or, oh, stop it. What? It's so weird. Or even on the opposite side, it happened to me. I was dressed to the gods. It was a Sunday. I was invited to one of my friend's house to watch Lord of the Rings. So, of course, he's got this very beautiful apartment with a great setting, and I was feeling myself. It was a Sunday, so I was still dressed casual. I was wearing yoga pants, and I was very casual, but I felt good. I felt feminine. I had washed, what those days, I had washed my hair, I had moisturized, I was glowy, I was feeling myself. And I get there, and everyone around me was receptive to me feeling myself. Everyone was like, oh, do you need a hand with this? Or do you want this? Or da da da. This person was not. This person that I was dating back in the days, was invited to, was not. He was not receptive to me feeling myself. How did I see that? Because there were affection lacking. He was in his energy, in his own thing, not really communicating as much, not even just with me, even with the others around. He was in his own bubble, basically. And that's how today I'm feeling like a goddess. And I've only had experiences where when I'm feeling like a goddess, I am treated like a goddess. You're the only one that when I'm feeling like a goddess treats me like a peasant. Goodbye. And that's how I knew, he's not receptive to my greatness. So find people that are receptive to your greatness. Okay, guys. Thank you for listening, and bye-bye.